Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while. I'm so excited to have my wedding planner, Rachel, here of As You Wish Events. Can you tell us a little bit about your business and what you do as a wedding planner?
Absolutely. So yes, I am Rachel Burke Garcia. I own As You Wish Events. It is a luxury wedding and celebrity party planning company. And I've been doing this for about 13 years. And I had the honor and pleasure to plan Sage's wedding. So we had a lot of fun together.
So much fun.
Oh yeah. So as you know, we do really big, over the top, upscale weddings, as yours was. And we focus on just doing less weddings a year, but the bigger, really high-end ones. So we do about 12 to 15 weddings and parties a year, just focusing on the luxury market.
So the real reason I'm here today is to hear about your newest venture, Bride Babe Club.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I am so excited about it, and it has been a labor of love, right? I've had this idea for a really long time as a way to help more brides because, as you know, I can only take on about, 12 to 15 a year in my actual wedding planning business. So in effort to be able to reach more brides and to provide them with value and help them, I've come up with a little thing called the Bride Babe Club. And I'm so excited about it.
It's so genius.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really hope that it helps brides along their wedding planning journey, even if they can't afford a wedding planner.
Okay, so I posted a little question box on my Instagram stories recently, and I'm going to go through some of the questions that you guys asked, and you can hear from Rachel herself. Let me pull out my little phone. Okay, let's start with what all do you get with the subscription?
So that's a good thing to touch on. It is a subscription-based service, and it is an online membership club for brides. So the things that the brides that join the online membership service get include things like a weekly wedding video tip from me. So I have a YouTube channel too. So I will give some wedding planning tips and tricks on my YouTube channel, but it's pretty surface level, quick and easy tips, right? Inside the club, I go really deep. I bust out my trusty whiteboard and I give lots of in-depth examples and get really in-depth. Like my last tip, I think, was a 20-minute long video. So wow. I get really deep with these topics to try to help brides on specific wedding-related questions that they might have, and I create wedding video tips for them. So that's one thing they get inside the club. Another thing that they get is every month I'll actually go live. And I usually do that on Wednesday nights. It's like Wedding Wednesday. So I will go live inside the club and any of the members can join in on that live stream and they can ask me any wedding planning related question that they have. They may be struggling with something with their timeline or their budget or a vendor that they need to figure out a problem with and they need some expert advice. And that's where they can come on that live stream and ask me any wedding planning related questions.
Awesome.
Yeah. Another fun thing is they can DM me any wedding planning questions as well because I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll have a question and I'm like embarrassed to ask it if I think like maybe it's a stupid question or I should know the answer to this.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so if a bride feels like that, she can just DM me the question. It's completely private and I can answer it.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I'm sure, as you know, Instagram DMs get just completely flooded and it's really hard to go back through and answer those.
Right.
So it's nice inside the club. It's just this specific inbox that they can, have direct access to me within.
Yeah, especially being able to answer them like in depth and not just like rifle through your DMs and just like give the quick answer.
Exactly.
It's nice that they can get like a personal response from you.
Absolutely. And that's a big thing for me too is like the time, right? I want the brides that join the club to know that they're going to have my time and attention inside the inbox, inside the live streams, things like that, so that they can have access to a professional that they wouldn't normally get access to. And if you're just cold DMing a wedding planner, they're not necessarily going to have the time to just answer your question.
Right.
Yeah. So other things that they get inside the club are things like there's a private feed. Okay, so I'll post pictures or a prompt. For example, I might say, okay, girls, let's talk about bands versus DJs, what are you having and why? And then it creates a community of brides that we can all kind of bounce ideas off of each other, encourage each other, see what everybody's doing, get excited for one another. And that's my goal, is to just create a bride tribe.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you. And then last but not least, because this is the most fun thing, is the giveaways.
Tell us more.
Okay, yes. So every month I'll be doing a cash giveaway. So if a bride maybe is on a budget, this little cash giveaway is something that she can put towards her overall wedding budget and maybe be able to afford that, extra floral that she wants, or the limo to take them to the church, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So for the first month, in July, if they join by July 31st, and they're one of the first 100 people to join, they actually get entered into a $1,000 cash giveaway. So very exciting.
Ding, ding, ding.
Right? So every month there'll be a cash giveaway. It's not going to be $1,000 every month, but maybe, it just depends on how the club grows and what continues to happen. But there will be a substantial cash giveaway every month. In addition, there will be a 1-hour Zoom call giveaway every month where a bride can have a personal one-on-one with me via Zoom to ask any wedding planning related questions. Like, I will literally help them plan their wedding in that 1-hour Zoom call.
Wow. That's awesome.
And then, of course, just more fun giveaways. Those are the monthly ones. But throughout the course of the year, I will throw in other ones. Like, I really want to fly a bride babe into Dallas and pick them up from the airport in a limo, take them wedding dress shopping. I mean, as
I'm like, I want to come.
Right? As you know, there's amazing salons here in Dallas that I would love to just spoil some of the bride babes and just take them along for a ride.
So fun.
Yeah, and do things like that. So fun surprises along the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another great question was, what's the best time to sign up? Do you need to sign up 6 months before your wedding date, or what's the most beneficial as a bride?
So as far as the best time to join, I would say sooner rather than later. There's not really a chronological order to the tips. So the brides can be in the club for as little amount of time or as much amount of time as they want. The longer they are in the club, the more that they have access to the weekly video tips that are going to be coming out. And the more that they have a chance of winning one of the giveaways, because the longer you're in, the more giveaways there are every month. So they have a chance of winning some of those if they're in longer. But there's no minimum, there's no maximum. They can be in for as little or as much as they want.
Yeah, I would think the sooner the better once you get engaged, because you start getting an idea of like all the things you need to check off your list, when that needs to be, and I'm sure following all those tips and some of the different tools that you're going to offer on the site would be really beneficial.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so the next question was, is there a sign-up fee?
So there is a monthly membership fee. There's not necessarily a sign-up fee, if you will, at the beginning, right? It's just $19.99 a month, no matter what. We are running a special on if you book for the whole year, you do get a percentage off. So it is a better deal to go ahead and get a 12-month membership than it is to pay monthly if you're going to be in the club for 12 months. But we wanted to give people the option, if they just want to be in for 6 months or 4 months, then they have the option to just pay that $19.99 a month.
Okay, great. And also, if you use code SAGE10, you can get 10% off of your monthly subscription or year subscription, right?
Yes, so 10% off the first month, or 10% off if you purchase for the whole year.
Okay. Okay, next question, is there a maximum number of brides that you can take on each month?
So
in the Bride Babe Club?
Yeah, so right now there's not a maximum number of brides that we can take on. Once the club grows, that answer may change. We'll kind of see how this grows and what happens. But as of right now, I feel like because of the way we've structured it, we would love for as many people to join as possible so that we really can create that bridal community.
Okay, I know one of the questions, because people are from all around the world, they're going to be asking if you have vendors that you can recommend in their area, not just locally to Dallas, and if that's something that you would offer in the Bride Babe Club.
Absolutely. So, of course, I am an expert in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, However, I can certainly recommend other vendors, other places. Right now, there is not necessarily like a vendor portal inside the club, but if that's something that the brides are looking for, then that's certainly something I'm interested in adding.
And do you have some sort of feedback or like comment section where brides can give their input and for things like that that you could add to the subscription?
Oh, absolutely. They can comment on everything. So they can comment on that private feed that's inside, like on the homepage of the club. They can comment on any of the weekly video tips. And then, of course, they can always send me a DM if there's something specific they want to see. You know, my whole thing is like, this is designed for brides. So if there's something that a bride wants, all she has to do is tell me and I will make it happen.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then would you still recommend hiring a coordinator for the day of someone's wedding, even if they're part of the Bride Babe Club and they're using you as a resource?
Absolutely. I will always recommend hiring a wedding planner. Hire a planner, hire a partial service, hire a coordinator, hire someone for the day of. Yes, yes, and yes. Because as valuable as the Bride Babe Club is, I'm not going to be at their wedding, right? That's not a service that's offered within the club. So to have somebody at their wedding actually running the show is imperative, and I think so important that they need to still do, even if they are a member of the Bride Babe Club.
I wasn't a part of the Bride Babe Club, but I couldn't agree more. It's a lifesaver. Okay, so in what ways would the Bride Babe Club make my wedding process easier?
Yeah, I mean, just access to tips, tricks, advice, access to an expert. One of the main reasons that I started this club is I noticed, especially during COVID, brides having to move their own weddings and dealing with issues that were unprecedented and things that they normally wouldn't have to deal with when planning a wedding, and having to do it alone. Or leaning on, their maid of honor or their mom or a family member or something like that who, bless their heart, they want to help, but they just don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I've been on wedding planning Facebook groups and things like that where other brides are giving each other advice, which is great and so lovely that they're doing that. But I'm oftentimes reading this advice going, no, that's not what you should be doing. Yeah, exactly. So I was really inspired to create this club to give brides who wouldn't normally have access to a wedding planner access to an expert so that they can, bounce those questions off of somebody who really knows what they're talking about.
Okay, and then the last question was, is there any special tools that are going to be offered on the site that we haven't discussed?
Yes. So I have so much up my sleeve. This is brand new. This is the first month we're doing this. So we've kicked off, and I believe we have a ton of value with the, wedding planning tips, with the discussion board, with the lives, with the giveaways, with access to me via DM, and potentially winning a Zoom call with me. There's lots of value, right? But I foresee this growing. I foresee eventually adding in templates for maybe timelines or budgets or just an overall wedding planning to-do list. I foresee eventually adding products in, like maybe they need to purchase their garter or robes for the bridesmaids. I foresee, eventually adding in more things as we continue to grow that are going to create more value for brides.
I think the product side is such a great idea.
Thank you.
Because, there's so many retailers I know that you can go to now, but having all of those things in one place, like
right.
Gifts for your, mother-in-law and for your mom.
Yeah.
And for your maid of honor, your husband, like that would be so awesome to have all of that in one spot.
Yeah, that's really what I'm hopeful to do sooner rather than later. Of course, all of this stuff just takes time.
Right.
But I am working on it, so it is in the works. Hopefully, we'll be live soon. I'll definitely keep you posted when it is. But having that one-stop shop, right? Having somewhere where you can log in and get everything you need for your wedding planning journey in one place, and then having a person that you can contact directly if something goes wrong, if you have a question, I think is just invaluable. So I'm hopeful that it will continue to grow and that, brides will get a lot of value out of it.
Well, I have already been married, but I know so many of you are not married yet and are currently planning your journey. So I just think that this is the greatest idea.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for you, and I hope that you guys check it out and love it as much as we do.
Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being on my channel.
Yes.
And I'm going to leave a link to her website, also to her Instagram handle, so that you guys can check it out in the description below. And make sure that you hit the subscribe button.